I'll never know why I hate it.
So, start of episode 4. Gonna press play now. I had a drama teacher, and you had the same one, Mr. Hansen.
Yeah,
Lars Hansen. I don't even know if he listens to this shit. I think he liked the page, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is his favorite episode.
The baseball episode?
Yeah. And I gotta say, this one is also a pretty deep one, because this is the one where we explored the brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's been kind of just in the periphery.
Yeah. And me and him had a long conversation about why Naoto doesn't swing.
God, these side characters that never show up again
They're
are really well
again,
designed.
Yeah. Do we want to go into why they show that,
or? Sure.
Because it's more of like a standard in shows, where where we have in the West we have that thing where we have to show a different race characters, and we kind of the token black friend. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like in the 80s, magical black friends.
Yeah, and you have to show them in like a positive manner.
Yeah.
Japan kind of has that same thing, but specifically with like trans or
LGBTQ
cross-dressing. Yeah.
I believe so. Again, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but
I mean, it was neat that she's on a team that looks like it's almost all trans baseball players.
No.
That they're crushing it.
Yeah. And she's fucking it. Fuck, I love her baseball design, dude. Like, I think it's my favorite outfit.
Her cat uniform?
Yeah, the fucking baseball. Oh, so why do you guys think Naoto doesn't swing?
Oh, I think...
Because I think me and you, Nick, have very similar ideas.
Oh, you can go ahead, Ian.
No, please.
Oh, I was going to say the reason I felt that he didn't swing is because he'll be judged. He's already being judged at being, like, the substitution for his brother. Mm-hmm. So the moment he swings, it's like, he swings good, but not as good as his brother. He swings this way, but it's not as good as his brother. Mm-hmm. And the only time the town refers to him is as his brother. So right. I got worried. I felt that it's the pressure of if he swings, then people will only know him as swinging, but not as Naoto, but as a substitution for his brother.
I mean, it's just going to,
Well, he did come in as a substitution for his brother.
He
literally said we brought him in, but he's not as good as his brother.
Yeah. No, I agree. The exact same thing. He
doesn't care about baseball.
He doesn't care about baseball, and he doesn't want to have another reinforcer for. Here's another way he's just like his brother.
Yeah.
So why do you think he doesn't?
No, that's the
exact same reason.
Yeah.
So I have some two ideas. The one I heard from Hansen was that he doesn't want to swing because he doesn't want to be his brother. Mm-hmm. And that's how I kind of viewed it. I viewed it as kind of, and I think it's a combination of that and this idea where if he does it, he's taking a risk. He's taking a chance to do something. Mm-hmm. And he's scared to move forward in this kind of manner. And the only reason I believe this is because of two specific scenes we see later on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the vending machine and the giant baseball from outer space.
Yeah.
Because him taking that swing is him taking a risk and moving and changing who he is.
Yeah.
And it could be worse.
Yeah. And it could be anything. It's a real scary... It's supposed to represent us people taking
that
chances in life.
Part of our life moving on.
Yeah.
It's scary. Those decisions are scary because it changes up everything.
And I weirdly, by this point in the series, I didn't even question that.
Yeah,
like there's a plug there. That's sure.
As you find out later, that's not actually him.
Yeah.
Fuck this scene, dude. Okay, this is the only scene I don't like because I fucking hate Yoke.
Oh, does that bum you out?
Yeah, it's just it's the crawling down the chin that's like, I'm like, that's fucking gross. Yoke is disgusting.
So that's another pet peeve?
No, it's not a pet peeve.
So what if someone's swerving on the highway eating Yolk?
Then they're subhuman garbage who deserve to go off the side.
Also, that the chopping's still going on, but Conti was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he swings. The only time we see him swing after is he's hitting the machine.
Yeah.
Because there's no risk. There's nothing's going to happen if he hits the machine.
So,
which is weird because something does happen. This character's introduced.
We've got to talk about him. But
yes,
to unpack what you just said, so the idea is that swinging is interacting with other people then? Like he can interact with machines because there's no risk of anything bad happening.
I think that's one way. It's definitely one way to see it. I again viewed it more as taking a chance or making a choice in life.
Yeah.
This, you've already watched the series, so you know.
Yeah.
This is the most childish character in the series.
And he's introduced as this like very subtle like, oh, I'm just a cool FBI man.
I came at dusk on my cool motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just gonna hang out, whatever.
And have weird fucking eyebrows.
Weird
glasses.
nori eyebrows. Yeah. His eyebrows are actually like...
They actually scan seaweed. And like put it in there. Which is one of my favorite things. Like, we could have drawn it. But we want that weird texture.
That gross.
Yeah. Yeah, and adults receive it. And it kind of, this alludes to her swinging the bat at the end. She's the one taking...
And she's the one...
making the move with him.
Making fun, and then making fun of him.
Yeah.
Oh, this scene.
But, okay. I want you to explain to me what this scene is, because this is the only scene I think in the series I can't figure out.
Okay.
What they're trying to convey.
I mean...
So, boom.
So this...
Boom.
I mean, this is... Okay.
Boom.
She's... Okay, this... Boom. I'm gonna say... I'm gonna say that this is him feeling threatened.
Okay.
By her. He's feeling threatened by... Basically, someone finally saying, no, you have to make your own choices. Okay. And you have to be independent. And he can only see the worst outcomes of everything.
Yeah.
He can only see being judged negatively.
Okay.
Being compared to his brother. Mm-hmm. And so that for him is a death.
Yeah. That's why. Okay, that would explain why the dad's head shows up and like, because it's her moving in on the father.
Oh yeah,
and then yeah. But what about Mimi's eye? I guess maybe that's because she's
her judging also. Yeah.
Look at this Eva shit.
Fuck.
That's even like the fucking Eva like. Yeah. Overlaid the big text.
Yeah.
By the way, in Shin Godzilla, they do that shit all the time.
Oh yeah, really? The guy next to control room.
Yeah.
I really wish we had more of this, actually, because it's really cool.
Oh, they're so good at just showing you a thing and going, of course this thing has a whole backstory. We're not going to tell you any of it. No. Look how much thought we put into this. And that's him dissecting Curry Ray.
Dissecting Curry.
I always view that as he's trying to figure out if like that was an alien thing too.
Oh, how much of it has been corrupted by Haruko?
Because he knows she made it.
Yes, and he knows he's completely developed his identity around Haruko.
Yeah, so it's like a history.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So
I don't like it spicy. Like Naoto doesn't like it. Exactly. Like Naoto doesn't like it spicy or sour.
Mm-hmm. And so in that way, he is an adult who is never developed in any way.
Yeah.
Still garbage in that goddamn bed.
It's fucking great.
Oh, this.
Oh, by the way, I don't think we never mentioned. They did change animation software between episode 3 and this episode.
Oh, I didn't.
That's why the style changes so much.
Oh, because I was gonna say it does. Yeah.
This is the big turn.
Oh wow.
And this is Keimon's room.
Yes.
Which.
Oh wow, he has one of those weird like things, the gyroids that show up in Animal Crossing, but there's like an actual name for them.
The like remembering the dead statues.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's like for his mother or something. Because I always assumed the mother was dead.
Oh shit.
See, again, another new thing we never fucking noticed, and that was like. And eyebrows. Yeah.
That's right there. The eyebrows hanging off his face.
Yeah. And there's like a plot reason that he has like the seaweed eyebrows.
And kind of
fire. Well, but that's just because that's the team logo.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we come back to the status quo. Kind of. We're trying to remember the status quo, but every episode things have changed.
Yeah.
It's not.
And he twitches when she shows up because he knows that's where the change is. Mm-hmm. If I follow that, change is going to happen.
Yes. You want taco?
Yeah. Boom. Calls him out on his shit. No. Yeah. Oh yeah, the panties.
The panties come off. Very, and they leave without him.
Yeah.
The panties still there.
Yeah.
It's still there to this day.
That's right. Never left.
Yeah, that's why Naoto does look different in this thing.
And then we keep cutting back to the energy, and haven't addressed exactly why yet. But
well, so. Oh, and then
This was deeply alarming.
Yeah, this was such a weird fucking turn, like, the first time I watched it.
Like, I was...
Because I thought he, like, oh shit, did he murder him? Or...
I was a youth...
He's holding the bat.
You know, I was a youth in my living room at, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. Hickey's the dirtiest thing you can see.
And that's why his dialogue is so stilted in this, is because he is a robot, like a machine.
Yes.
In this version. And I actually like the way he delivers the lines. Yeah. Up to now.
And these, again, the weird puns have now come back, and now they're not meant to be funny. Now they're just upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just watching this. This is so troubling.
So this goes back to my machine idea too, because he hits the TV, not him, because he doesn't know he's a robot yet.
Yeah.
And it's nothing's gonna happen if he hits the TV. There's no repercussions for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's a repercussion if he swings at his dad.
Yeah.
For being angry at him.
Well, then I would actually say that, like, then I would say that it's saying that there is no such thing as an act without repercussion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if he's trying to protect himself by doing this.
Yeah, because
there was still a repercussion.
Father still falls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Again, another interaction.
Another look where they hate each other. And they only show that twice, but they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
God damn it! I love her baseball outfit so much.
Easy.
And they never address, like, how often does this happen? Because it's like not, people aren't panicking. Yeah. At least we don't see people, like, panicking.
And they have measures put into place.
Yeah. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're stopping. I mean, this episode most resembles an Eva episode out of all of them, I might say.
Especially with the last two quick sequences.
Yeah.
Of just imagery. Because Hideaki does love his imagery.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Big fan. So he didn't hit him with anything. Yeah.
And I guess, like, this fella who's playing the agent, I forget his name, is, oh god, he's meant to be, he's actually from, like, a detective show. Like, his
is it Lupin? It's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, I think so.
To be fair, I don't have a wide range. I don't think... Did Guy Next work on Lupin? No, right? It was Ghibli.
That was Ghibli's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. who the detective is. Because we already had the Space Patrol reference. So.
Which one? The detective or Lupin?
I think he was the detective, yeah.
Oh,
they wanted someone who was like, we need someone who sounds like he knows how to put the light to someone's feet.
Yeah. He knows how people works and how the streets are run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, let her swing. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of these things that I stand by. It's the decision making.
Yeah.
It's him not wanting to take a risk. Yeah, and then we get this dump on, like,
we needed some of this information just so that we could follow the last couple episodes.
So, I was just going, oh yeah, who the fuck is Haruko?
We didn't actually get any of that.
Yeah. And her name is Haruko.
Yes.
Or Raharu.
Ruharu. Yeah.
Oh, we never mentioned, everyone has, like, fun names. Like,
everyone in this show has great names.
Naoto Nandawa.
Samajima Mamimi.
Samajima Mamimi is, like, one of my favorite names to say. Haruka-san. And, like...
Oh, man.
Yeah, and this is where he realizes, oh yeah, there was nothing.
Oh, there was no
worry.
It was like a massage, or
there was no actual risk to anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was all fine.
But this was like, oh Jesus, that's so. And this is a real scan too, I think. The
cicadas.
Yeah.
I could believe it if, like, especially with those wing textures.
Yeah.
And another guest animation thing.
This is yeah. This is the guy who did Dead Leaves, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Who also had a TV-headed guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Trans-League Thunder!
Oh my god. That's
Welcome!
so cool.
I fucking love that line delivery. Here.
Hat.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, that's supposed to be like a Nostradamus reference.
Yeah, there was a lot of Nostradamus talk about Y2K coming up.
Yeah.
So that was the...
And this was around the time that this was being made, so...
Yeah. This was... you gotta remember the time, guys. The context.
Yeah,
And if that's true, then her laughing is like, oh, it was all bullshit. So like...
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Yeah. And this is where we're first implied that Haruko's trying the forehead thing with other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because she knows Naota isn't on board with it.
Yes.
She has to get what she wants.
Yeah. And which is what we find out later in the series is that, yeah, the black hole transport stuff and everything.
We finally get an explanation exactly what has been happening for the last few episodes.
They're not boners? Like...
They're not literal.
Yeah,
not
he's
good.
not good. I fucking love that they're doing, like, MS Paint. Like...
That's great.
Yeah.
And then we finally get the follow-through on the promise for headlessness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The equivalent of see? See? That's why I stand by it. Like, it's him not taking it seriously.
And I think this is really the end of him being cool.
Yeah.
This is
him getting... Well, the end of the solo episode, I think, is him just going with it. Like...
Yeah.
No, things are changing. And as later in the show shows up, the guy, the FBI guy, is of course was her first try.
Was when she came here ages ago, years ago,
and she just gave out who she really is.
Again, doesn't lie.
That never lies.
Didn't lie. Only lies about her age. But hey, that's what a woman does, right? No.
And then all these, and then we bring it
there.
We bring it back to like metaphors about baseball music.
Mm-hmm.
All these can all be applied to the greatest of lives truths.
Yeah. I love that.
She's in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just listening to the music. The music on this scene is fantastic.
The pillows are fucking godlike, dude.
They're
that's why when people said, "Oh, are the pillows gonna be in Fully Cooley?" I went, "If they're not in Fully Cooley,
then it's not Fully Cooley.
Then no one knows what they're doing over there."
I'd be more surprised if they say no.
Yeah, if anything, I would be more shocked.
Yeah.
I remember going to when we went to the Fully Cooley panel.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, "Oh, they're gonna announce the pillows in this," and I went, "Of course,
duh."
He's like, "No, there's a chance." I'm like, "I guess, but I'm pretty sure." He's like, "I'll give you $2 if they do." I went, "Fine, I feel safe in that bet." So like,
great.
Gave me $2 that day.
They announced it during the midst of the cheering. I looked to my right. $2, Gocha. $2.
Yeah, they're reaching in.
This was a very strange, and then it's like,
love it too.
Yeah, so wear that weird head thing.
It's supposed to be like a pimple.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I imagine it's him just popping. I thought it was like a popping the cherry reference.
And then you know what? Maybe that's.
I thought it was that too. Yeah.
And he gets his. Yeah, because then it's the sexual nosebleed.
It's intensely, and everyone's got.
Everyone's
boners.
aroused. Like,
Everyone's.
Get that checked. It's actually dangerous.
Yeah. Well, that's why I always viewed that thing as just popping the cherry because they somewhat just watched him have sex or like.
Sure.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I love that Naota's guitar is Gibson Flying V.
Oh yeah.
And that's just a musician in me going, oh, like I'm nerding out or stuff.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah. And this is the scene. This is
why
this is where my theory of the swinging comes from because this is him taking the shot. Mm-hmm. This is him taking the chance.
Aww.
And it's of course because of subtlety. It's a baseball.
It's baseball. You know, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's gone because he has to
do
decide.
it by himself.
Yeah.
He can't have... Yeah. She's done all that she can do.
Yeah.
She's done all the coaching.
And the worst thing is inaction. Because inaction means everyone is destroyed in this situation.
Yes.
He has to decide.
And then he says his brother's name.
Yeah. because he does view him as this higher, like, deific being.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always room for good fourth wall breaking. Yeah, and then all the lights go off and like. Oh.
And Mamimi's in the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets mad because I always thought it's implied that dude can't swing the bat.
He's
not
could
a
never.
risk.
Yeah.
That's why he failed as the first.
Yeah. He went straight for Haruka as a request and Naoto.
He just wanted someone who would do it for him.
Yeah. Because he doesn't want someone. He doesn't want Naoto to do it.
No.
So. And this how. Dude, these shots are so fucking good. God, this scene always gives me goosebumps, like, because I think it's such an epic, like, build up.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's thematically very much unlike, I think, a lot of the other, like, just the way that it's shot and the way that it's...
And this is, of course, like, nuclear reference, I think. Yeah, and it's shot so fucking well. The music climaxes and everything.
This is very unlike the rest of the series.
Yeah.
In that
the sky turns blue.
Oh my god.
The clouds go away.
And she's also...
And then, yeah.
She's very upset.
It's the saddest line. It's the saddest line I've ever heard, like, in the thing. Ooh. Because to me, I always view that as, I didn't want him to change. Yeah. This is him. This is the moment we were talking about. She lost him.
Yeah.
He's gone now, and she has nothing.
He is his own person.
Yeah.
That is not going to stand... He's not going to be the stand-in.
He's not the brother. He's not stand-in. He's made his own decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, with him taking that decision, like, oh, fuck, what was I going to say? Damn it. I was going to put the word scared, but then I just remembered this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That face is so good.
So horrific.
Why?
Yeah. But yeah, that line is the sad. It's the line that sold me on Mamimi so hard as my favorite character. Is that she lost everything. It means so much to her that he wouldn't have swung. Yeah. She would have much rather the whole town be destroyed than for her to lose the one thing she was hanging on to.
Yeah. I have nothing to add to that. Yeah. That was so well said.
Yeah. And I love the way that line is delivered. Just deadpan.
So
it's
crushed.
It's the whole world crashing on her, but it skips the part where she becomes this shattered wreck. It goes straight to, no, this is what it is now.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There's just immediate acceptance in the despair.
There's no going back.
Yeah. I forgot Watanabe was in the production.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I keep forgetting.
But yeah, it's... That scene, dude, like... That scene is what puts this episode as my second favorite.
It's great.
Yeah. It's my second favorite episode, so...
And you said your teacher was his first.
Yeah, this one, it was his favorite.
Okay.
And, that goes back to my whole thing where he takes the risk. It pays off. But, of course, like any choice a person makes, there's a repercussion for it.
Yeah.
Even if it works out positively for you, there's a chance
that it's going to fuck over someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this totally does. It ruins someone. It shatters someone's whole life.
I mean, so much of the... definitely Mamimi first and foremost, but a lot of the other characters have kind of hung so much of themselves on Naota being this.
Yeah.
This thing
being
that
his
they
brother.
can... Yeah, this thing that they can have... They can kind of possess in a certain way, I guess. And now that he is coming into his own, understanding himself better, there is a loss that they are experiencing.
Yeah. And again, this is where I think it shows the most that his brother is like high deific, being in that everyone compares him to him. He was the best, and I don't know if the line was in this episode. I may have missed it, but it was. I know it's somewhere in the series where they mentioned how his swing is the most perfect thing Naota has ever seen.
I will say this is my favorite end credit.
Oh no, it's fucking dope. Like it's fuck, brittle bullet. Thanks. That's why it's cool.
Deeper words.
It took me 5 years to figure that out.
Deeper words have never been said. So let's keep on going with episode 4 discussion. Yeah, there's just that Mimimi line, dude, is always hits me. It always does. Because it's her losing everything. It's her whole world coming down, and I feel like I keep repeating myself just because of how impactful that scene is.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys have to say?
Well, I was gonna say that it just started hitting me why Naota's the risk he took, the swinging of the bat, why it was so, like, how much pressure was on him, was shown on him to save the town, to do all this. It's kind of, I don't know, to me it felt like a reflection of how it feels when you first take a risk. Like, if everything's wrong, the world's gonna end, like this and that, like you start creating excuses, like the town's gonna something like that, like all the anxiety builds up. But and then once he swung it, it was in a sense like a bat and a baseball, but it was his way, his own way, his wrist.
It's his
solution.
Guitar. It's his own weapon.
His method.
That literally comes from him.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from anyone else. It comes from him. Haruko helps him get to that point and gives him and lets him know,
tools
hey,
to figure it out.
You had this thing inside of you that you can use now.
Yeah.
But it's yours and you have to use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one thing I just started noticing too was earlier when Haruko is teaching him how to swing the bat, he swung it when nothing's there, and he smiled to himself in front of Haruko, who saw him swing it.
Yeah.
And instead of putting pressure on him of saying it's his brother, he says, "No, you got to swing the bat.
You got to do what you do.
Yeah,
you got to do you."
Smiling.
Yeah, it's why Haruko is such a big influence on it, because as you mentioned before, it's the first person that views him as Naota,
as an individual,
as his own person. Yeah, and again, we said the only reason he was called Tadagrun is because Mimi calls him Tadagrun. Yeah. That's the only basis she has. Yeah. Literally by name, but only knows her, but recognizes Naota as his own separate being.
Yeah.
I'd say that this episode is maybe like the most. It falls into that kind of thing that I think early Eva and a lot of Buffy maybe is a weird comparison did, wherein you take internal conflict and manifest it as a literal, like
world crushing
issue. Yeah, like. It's hard to talk to people.
Like in the damn robot Shinji type deal. Like
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No, I totally. Yeah, it is very Eva and like that kind of story. Plus, we had the two scenes that we said are
literally just
super Eva like in the very quick imagery pass. Yeah. Like, you figure it out, fucker. Don't like. Yeah. We're not gonna explain anything to you. But yeah, so this continued as the last couple episodes did, where you had the first episode was introducing everybody and dumping the ideas this show is going to be exploring onto you. The second episode was Mimi's whole character, kind of some development in her. Third episode was fully focusing on Ninamori, and just her thing. In fact, Naota is more of a side character than anything in that, and just acts as sort of a catalyst, for her epiphany. Yeah, and this one was all Naota's like development.
Yes,
person. Yep. Now the rest is just all the characters continuing from those points. Yeah. With sadly Ninamori being kind of like the less focused on, because I think it focuses way more on Naota and like Mimi's relationship from here on out. Yeah,
Ninamori doesn't get as much development, but I feel like she had a lot more she got a lot quicker resolution.
Yeah, she did. Her episode is very like tightly compact in that kind of sense. Yeah. And in all honesty, like any person who goes through that kind of stuff, from here on out, her the way she develops as a person is very more slow, based and drift off. She already had that big
jump in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fix everything, but it gets her there and it gets her going. Yeah. Yep. So that's why it probably doesn't focus so much on her, because like what else are you gonna say? Now it's just a slow process for her. All right. That was episode 4, man.